Hey folks, we are back and I want to check in just to give a third update on the progress of the Winchester 1892, the 3840. And I gotta say that last and final part was very difficult to find. I finally found it on eBay and it lines up perfectly right there to show you the part, which is, let me get my pointer right here on the right side of the inside of the rifle there. That's the cartridge guide right side. You can look here and see that this is the left side that I already had, which was pretty easy to find as I put together the parts for the rifle. But this one was very, very difficult to find. It very rarely came up on any auctions or websites that I found. And let's see if I can draw your attention over here to this website, which is one of the ones, Homestead, that I looked up on a daily basis to try to find the part. And they have it listed here for $48, but as you can see here, it's also unavailable. It's always unavailable, at least for the past maybe, I don't know, 4 months since I've been doing the project. Maybe, yeah, about 4 months. It's always been unavailable, along with one of the other websites that I check daily, eBay, Gun Broker, and a couple of places like that. So these were places that I would check on a daily basis to try to find that specific part. I almost resorted to making a wanted poster and probably offering a little bit of a premium for someone who could find the part, just to see if I could get some help on finding that cartridge guide. And I got to tell you, at least for this caliber on a rifle, if I ever came across an auction that had, the receiver for sale as a parts gun, I probably would not do this project again, especially in this caliber. This caliber is hard to find. When I finally found the right side cartridge guide, it was on up for bid on eBay, and the exact same cartridge guide had an ending auction the very next day also for another part. So the part came up the day that I bidded on this part, and another one came up the very next day. It was gone, and as of right now, you cannot find it again easily. So over 4 months, I was able to find two of them up for bid 2 days in a row. Came and went just like that. So needless to say, I did win the auction. It's here. The part is here. It is the, I want to say, final part, but I have one more pin to buy, and that one should be pretty easy. It's actually a pin that goes into the bolt here. So I have most of the parts for the construction of the bolt and the firing pin, collar, and let's see if we can get a good, that's a spring that goes around, let's see, the extractor and ejector. So basically I just have to put together the bolt. The bolt is in the rifle right now, the carbine, but it's pretty much stripped, and I have the parts. And this is, like I said, the firing pin that goes in the back that makes connection with the round after it is placed into the chamber. So those parts are here. We have those. I'll order that final pin, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, and that'll take care of that. We'll put it together. I probably, here's my thing. I've been told, how come you don't make more videos on the rifle? I'm not a YouTuber for money. Obviously, you can see that, a very small channel. It's a niche channel. I do Volkswagens. I like my Volkswagens, I should say, and rifles. I'm actually, there are a lot of things that I do on the side and just hobbies. But for now, these are some things. I actually even gotten into a lot more into gardening. I like my fruit trees and vegetables in the yard, but up to this point, I have not put any of those things on the channel, but I might. But I don't do updates and videos just to keep up with a rhythm that some people think that you have to do in order to get views or to get subscribers. It's either you're interested in the things that a YouTuber might do or you're not. So if I have an update that I think someone might be interested in, I'm more likely to post something like that than to just keep up a rhythm for the algorithm, so to speak. So that's the way I do things. If I have something that I think someone wants to see, then I'll put it up. So I said all that to say that the next time I do a video on the 1892, it'll probably be with me out at the range firing it for the very first time. I'm going to probably let my viewers, subscribers, and people that are interested see the very first firing of the Winchester, because you've tuned in to see the rifle from before I actually received the receiver to buying all the parts. Saddle ring right here. Saddle ring carbine is the model for this 1892 saddle ring carbine, or SRC. A lot of folks have tuned in and asked questions about the rifle and shared their pictures of, I'm sorry, not pictures, but stories of their own rifles and where they got them, the calibers, where they came from, family heirlooms, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll probably make the very next video be a video out at the range, out in the desert, taking the very first shots. And I might even bring along the one of the other rifles just to the Rossi, maybe. There's a lot of interest in the Rossi. And again, like I said before, this rifle will not be a go-to rifle for me. I want to make sure that the rifle functions and that it could, you know, it's going to be a fun rifle. It's a conversation piece. It's a collector. It's an actual Winchester receiver. And if you follow the videos, you know that I had to purchase the wood afterwards and a lot of the parts. So these are not original to the receiver parts. Most of the parts are original Winchester parts. Hammer, bolt, you know, your finger lever. The barrel was already, it came with the receiver. Magazine tube, you know, a lot of the smaller parts came with it, but then I had to buy extra parts, the locking bolts and things like that. There are a few screws, a couple of pins and things like that that are repops of the original stuff. But if they work, they work. It'd be really, really hard to get this thing back. It'll never be 100% original because it's not original, obviously. The black walnut was replaced with a remanufactured black walnut piece, the same type of wood that would have come on the original. So I tried to keep that true to the original. So with that being said, it was a project and it was fun to do, but would I do it again in this caliber? Honestly, no, because the parts are very, very hard to get, and you're never going to get your money back from a project like this. Although I do not intend to sell it because it is my only Winchester, and if I get another one, it's going to be my first Winchester. And if someone offered to buy it, you probably would not like what I would ask for it, because being my first one and only one right now, it's probably got some kind of sentimental value to me. So when I'm out at the desert, I want to function and want it to function flawlessly, but it won't be a go-to gun. I would use my Rossi for self-defense, home defense, before I would depend on this rifle. That's just me, because of the age, and I'd prefer to depend on something that was more tried and true. My Rossi, I actually trust the Rossi. My Henry, if you've seen that video, I actually trust that rifle also. Not saying that those are my only go-tos, but as you've seen, I'm more into the lever action old school rifles and the revolvers and things like that. The other stuff, I keep my business to my business, and you know, a lot of you know what I'm saying on that. So for fun and the things that I share is this old style stuff and this old school stuff, and that's my choice, and that's what I will share. But folks, until the final video, I appreciate you for tuning in to find out how the Winchester is going, and if you haven't seen the progress, please feel free to check those older videos out. Subscribe if you like. Thumbs up, and I will be in touch. Thank you, folks. Remember to respect the working class. And oh, another thing before I get out of here. If you have old Winchesters or old lever action rifles, feel free to mention those in the comments below. I like the conversations that we have with the viewers for those, and I'm starting to find out that people are very serious about their lever action rifles or carbines. I don't get into the carbine and rifle conversation, whether you're a 16-inch barrel, you're a trapper, or 20, 24. I like them all. I have preferences for a 20-inch, as you know, but I like them all. So again, folks, respect the working class, and I will see you on the next one. Later.